Hello once again, gamers. Cruisenick X, back with more Final Fantasy XIV goodness. Alongside me is my lovely in-game wife, CC Valentine.
Hello.
So, we have made it this far. We've pretty much brought everything to level 50 so far. So our next order of business is to do we have one more Heavensward job to do. This job was also, this is the last job that was introduced in the Heavensward expansion, and that is Astrologian. Now, in order to complete the Astrologian questline, we have to talk to John Quinod here in the Asthenium Astrologicum. Let's get right to it.
Oh, of course, those would be earrings of casting.
Here we go.
And not earrings of healing. I cannot get the fuck up this pipe.
Anyways.
Ah!
Greetings, and welcome to the Asthenium Astrologicum. Perhaps you were drawn by fate to this place of learning, or perhaps you wish to know more of fate itself. Yeah, let's learn more of fate. Then you were wise to come hither, for in the stars are written the fates of every woman and man on Heidelin. It was there, in the stars, that I read a man would call upon the Athenium this very day, a man who would play an important role in my own life. But my apologies. Even the most skilled reader cannot scry a name from the heavens. Would you be so kind as to give me yours, so that I might know who is to be my newest protege? Tarl. Well, I was not expecting that. But what is a name but an attempt... What?
That's basically his way of saying, wow, you have a really stupid name, in his opinion.
But what is a name but an attempt by our begetters to wield power over the lives of their sons and daughters? Lives whose paths have already been foretold. In a sense, that is. My name is Janquinard de Durandar, and I am an astrologian for the Holy See. Remember that name, for it shall echo forevermore in the annals of Ishgardian history. Well, it will once I put it there. Once we put it there. Okay, let's get the level 50 quest, Stairway to the Heavens. Now, where to begin? I suppose I could consult my divining deck for an answer, but that would be too easy now, wouldn't it? Very well, at the beginning it is. Astrology, or the reading of the stars, is a branch of ethereological science which originated in distant Sharlayan. There have been astrologians in Ishgard for thousands of years, but it wasn't until 3 centuries ago when Adonel the Younger learned that the movement of the stars could also be used to foresee the movements of the Dravanian horde that the field became popular. Since then, what was once a single science has bifurcated into 2 similar yet ultimately different schools of learning. The Sharlayan school of astrology and the Ishgardian school. The former placing a focus on tapping celestial ether and transforming it into beneficial magics, or astromancy, the latter specializing solely in determining the actions of our dragon enemies to the north. I am a student of the former, the only student of the former here in Ishgard, and have been actively seeking a partner with whom to conduct my research. Let us just say that my fellow astrologians here have been less than approving of my path, but that is simply because they are afraid of what they do not know. Once they do know how Sharlayan astrology can benefit the sea and its soldiers, they will feel foolish for ever having doubted me. Us. You will be joining me, will you not? Walking the path that has been laid out before you, instead of stubbornly denying your fate, postponing the inevitable? Alright, let's talk to Janquinard. I see you wasted no time making your decision. Like I always say, the stars are never wrong. Alas, Even a lifetime of study and training cannot unlock all the secrets written in those stars. Myself, I have been a student of the astromantic arts for more than 30 summers, and I still often misread the signs shown to me in the skies. Though my readings are far more accurate now than they were when I attended the Athenaeum in Charlian. Not the Charlian, mind you, the colony that once thrived in the Dravanian hinterlands. I can recall my time there like it was but yesterday. The first 6 moons I was not even allowed to touch the deck of 60, let alone conduct a reading with the major arcana. Most of my time was spent in the scriptorium, transcribing old tomes on astrological fundamentals, such as the 6 elemental houses. Divine duplicity, class triplicity, house modality and polarity, dignity versus detriment. I abhorred the task, and would tirelessly pester my instructors as to when I might actually be granted the opportunity to weave a spell or perform a reading. It wasn't until the end of the 6th moon that I realized all that transcribing had prepared me with the essentials I would need to do those very things. The positions of the celestial bodies within the 6 elemental houses, and their relation to the major and minor arcana in the deck of 60. Therein lie the secrets to tapping the ethereal power locked in the heavens. And soon, you too will become privy to these secrets. But not this day. No, no. I would not have you transcribe musty old tomes like I was once forced to do. No, the task I have for you is much more interesting. You see, I am expecting the arrival of a very important guest. My old mentor from the studium has agreed to make the journey from the old world to Ishgard, and speak with the Holy See regarding the implementation of Charlian astrological techniques in city-state defense. Alas, the professor and his party are now fully 7 days late in arriving, and I have begun to worry for their safety. I should be much obliged, therefore, if you would inquire of the other astrologians here at the Athenaeum if they have heard aught. Okay. Let's start with the one on the far end. Muguiniel? I don't know how to pronounce his name. Let me guess. The good Lord Janquinard said he saw you in a vision, and that the stars told him that you were to study Charlian astrology with him. Am I close? You must be the 100th of his little pets to pester me this week alone. I harbor no ill will towards ignorant unbelievers unlucky enough to find themselves caught up in talk of stars and fortunes, but you may tell that sorry excuse for an astrologian, for the umpteenth time, that I have heard naught concerning his imaginary friends from faraway Charlian. Just do not tell the Viscount I called him a sorry excuse for an astrologian, all right? All right. No promises there, but let's talk to Hurinet. Or Hurinet? Yeah, Huriet. Why would Lord Janquinard think I had information on the whereabouts of a handful of unbelievers from across the blood-brine sea? I am an astrologian, not a fortune-teller. I cannot simply look into the stars and scry the location of the Viscount's guests. Unless his guests are dragons, that is. I suppose if anyone knew aught, it would be the observatorium. We here at the Athenaeum are but students dedicated to research. Those with any influence in our field are assigned to the astroscope. Alright. Let's talk with the last person, who seems to be missing somewhere. Unless they're... Oh, wait, I think they're outside. There they are. Janquinard is still waiting for word on his mission Charlians instead of actually making an effort to find them, is he? Of course he is. Is it any wonder that in the nearly 20 years since his return from Charlian, his skill in astromancy has remained unchanged? Any wonder that he has never yet managed to convince a single peer of the value of the Charlian school? He is a privileged little sprat who spends more time gazing at the stars in young maidens' eyes than actually trying to read the ones above his head. All right. You tell the poor man I just returned from the observatorium, and one night at the communal feasting hall happened to overhear Chief Astrologian Follamore speaking with one of his aides regarding Charlian. He was visibly upset, and I wasn't about to risk my career over something I care little about. So I merely put my head down and ate my beet soup. But that is all I know, and you did not hear it from me.
Alright, let's talk to John Quinard. Master Follamort? And I thought this day could not get any worse. Huh? Oh, no, I am not suggesting that meeting you in any way has been unfortunate. It is just, it may not be in our best interests to be seen together as of yet. There are certain people in the sea who do not approve of my studies. Couple that with the fact that you are an outsider and an unbeliever, and, well, people may come to the wrong conclusions. We must act with caution until we can prove that our intentions are just and for the good of all Ishgard. So, I must ask you to travel to the observatorium alone and meet me there. Alright, to the observatorium we go. Alright, mount up.
Shit. This must be something you can't avoid.
What?
Fighting Lorelei in, the Siren Song, see? And she keeps, like, confusing us, but even facing away, it still hit me.
Timing may be off.
No.
Hmm. Of course he's in that high up freaking tower. Alright, going up, going up, going up, going up. I hate spiral staircases.
I do too. I hate them in real life too.
Alright, let's speak to this guy, this douche nozzle. Ah, Tarl. Allow me to apologize again for not accompanying you here. As for our business with the Chief Astrologian, you may leave the talking to me. Ah, Janquinard. I might have known it would be you. Who else would be so indecent as to drag an outsider into this holy place of observation? You have always had an unhealthy obsession with the foreign. 'Tis why you are as worthless to the Athenaeum as you now as you were when you returned from that heathen city nearly 20 summers since. But the stars, they can serve us in other ways than merely revealing when the Horde will attack. Their powers can be tapped. The ether within can be used for... The aether should be left be. Has history taught you not of the folly of the Nimians, the Amdapuri, the Maki? Mine uncle, the Charlians have been wielding astromancy for ages without disrupting ethereal balance. This power, combined with this guardian astrology, could be what is needed to turn the tide of this 1,000-year conflict. Moreover, I have reason to believe that our masters at the vault agree, as they have given me their blessing to continue my research. I did not come to trade barbs with you, nuncle. Let us save that for another time. I am here because it has come to my attention that you may have information as to the whereabouts of Professor Mace and his party from Charlian. For someone who says he is not here to trade barbs, you have been quite generous in your dealing of them today. If it means you will leave and allow me to return to my work, then I'd be more than happy to let you know what information found its way to my desk just yesterday morn. Serpent Reaver sightings and foul weather prevented the professor's ship from entering the Strait of Melthor, where they would have made their way up the Maiden and into Kurthus. After detouring around the south of Vilbrand, they finally disembarked at Vesper Bay, where they took the land route along the Royal Alagan Sunway to the Black Shroud, and it is there, it seems, they lost their way. A lost Astrologian! Ha! It is as my morning reading predicted. Dalamud was detriment in the House of the Spire, while ascending over the ecliptic. Tarl, you must journey to the Black Shroud and assist Professor Mace. Allow me to introduce you to Crimperane. He is my personal assistant and shall accompany you. He is not one for conversation, but his sword arm is amongst the best in all the pillars. He should see you safe if any danger were to befall you, and something tells me danger lurks on the horizon. Well, he actually talked. It is a pleasure to serve you, my lord. I shall make haste to Quarrymill and await you there. I probably should switch to something that I actually have to level 50, just in case.
Or do you need a ride somewhere?
I got my ride. Whoops. I'll switch to Scholar just because. That was a good one. Anyways, there he is. My lord, I have questioned the residents of this hamlet and learned that a party of queerly dressed outsiders passed through but not but a bell ago. It should not prove overly difficult to find them now. But before we begin, might I ask a moment of your time? I would not dare utter aught ill of my master, but his recent fixation with finding a protégé, I believe it ill-considered. This passion, however pure, has left him with more than one enemy within the astrological community. Lord Folamont has seen to this. I fear not only for how his name might be sullied, but for his life. I beg of you, pray do not drag him any further down into this quagmire. Let him quietly dabble in his dream, but let it remain at that, a dream. No good will come of encouraging him. It will only hurt the Viscount and his family. You must remember that while I serve Lord Jenquinard, it is his father, the Count, who employs me. Now, as for the task at hand, I suggest we find the wayward travelers and hurry back to our respective hearths. I shall lead. Might I ask you to take the rear and see that none might take us unawares? Alright. I'm gonna break out Celine just for the hell of it, because I know I'm gonna probably need some speed boosts if I need to defend myself, which I doubt. Oh.
Look, another bard.
These are the Sharlayans we seek, and it appears they have found themselves some trouble.
Unhand my grandfather! Ah, feisty. We shall fetch a fine price for that one from the pleasure barge captains.
The soul has spoken.
Grab the old man. These wizard types carry on them all manner of begemmed baubles and golden trinkets.
Up! I'll toss you to the snakes!
You want to see the old man again? You leave us the girl. Try anything and he's dead. Wait! Grandfather's soul crystal. Why would he leave it here, surrendering any power he might have had to free himself from those bandits? Unless you were the one he saw in his reading before we left the old world. But that was more than a moon ago. My father scribed from the cards that he would serve as the bridge for countless souls to be passed to another. Might you be that other?
These men of the forest are careless. Tracking them will be no difficult feat. I shall follow and strike before they have time to regroup in numbers.
The stars have spoken, and laid their path not before you, but before the adventurer here. You must take the soul of the Astrologian and place it near your heart. Listen to the tales of those who walked before you, and know their journeys as you do your own. As for the tools you require, and the knowledge needed to wield them, I, Leveva, shall see to those matters. You saw there was no fear in my grandfather's eyes when the bandits took him. This is because he has seen you come to his rescue. Our lives were written in the stars long before we trod upon this land. It is not by chance that you stand here today with the soul of the Astrologian in your hand. It is fate.
Alright. Quest complete, and with it, Astrologian unlocked. And the achievement unlocked Starstruck 1. Alright, let's equip our brand new Soul Crystal. Or not. Let's equip our brand new gear. Arcana Gauge unlocked.
The Arcana gauge allows Astrologians to keep track of which cards Arcanum are currently drawn. An Arcanum is drawn by using the action Draw and is placed in the middle of the gauge. Using the Draw command again executes the Arcanum's corresponding action. Okay. Alright, let's rearrange our hotbar something fierce. Alright. We've got all the gear we can possibly equip at this juncture. We'll add a new oh, I never did do an outfit for... well, it's not like it matters anyway. Alright, set the hotbar. Whoops. That was my scholar set. Set the hotbar. There we go. And while I'm at it... Where's my gun? Now, reassign set number to 12. There we go. And set the hotbar there. There we go. Alright, now let's do this hotbar up right. Malefic is an attack, so I'm going to put, since it's a healing class essentially, I'm going to put all combat related in the second set and all healing related in first. Light speed reduces MP for spells by 25 and cast times for spells by 2.5 seconds, while reducing attack magic potency by 25. Alright. Wait, reducing or... yeah, reducing. So that's for healing, so I'll keep that in there. Helios restores HP and HP of nearby party members, so I'll put it there. Ascend is a raise, so I'll put that there. Essential Dignity restores target HP, there we go. Benefic 2 will go there. Draw will go here. And I don't need Undraw. Alright. But just in case, I'll throw Undraw in there. Alright. We're ready to do this. 24, 24, 23, 27, 26. Fuck it, this is gonna have to do. Alright. Let's do this. Let's complete the level 30 quest. Fortune favors the bowl.
Now that all this crap when I was running here.
Now listen carefully, for we haven't much time. The star globe which you hold is both your sword and shield. It will grant you strength as well as protection, but most important of all, it will grant you insight into the current location of the stars, enabling you to channel the heavens' ether into your body for use in all manner of magics. The better attuned you become with the heavens and their malefic and benefic bodies, the better that ether might be manipulated to bring succor or pain. But as you already know, the star globe is not the only tool an astromancer has at his disposal. Yes, the arcana, or more specifically, the 6 major arcana, play a defining role in what type of astrologian you will become. Any layman will tell you that the cards can predict a man's future. This is both true and untrue. It is not the future that a card predicts, but the card influencing the man so that a certain future becomes more attainable. Seeking to tell a man's fortune, you draw a card from your deck. Upon reading the card, you scry that the man will be victorious in a coming battle. What is it that brings this man his victory but ether tapped from one of the lowest 6 heavens, granting the man strength, making it all that much easier for him to overcome his enemy? Of course, what card is drawn is linked directly to a target's destiny, as well as yours. Are you the one who will see this man to fortune, or will you lead him to downfall? It all depends on your reading. Normally, I would not dare cover so much in a first lesson, but it is my grandfather who has placed his life in your hands. And I am not about to watch him have his throat slit because you cannot tell the face of an arcana from its back. We have 2 seemingly capable soldiers here to take the brunt of the bandits' blows. Allow them to carve a trail of carnage, while you convince the stars to nudge the 2 in a direction favorable to my kin. I understand this must be a lot to digest, but if you are ever to become a capable astrologian, you must believe in the path laid out before you, and in your power to read it, follow it, and ultimately control it. Take some time to acclimate yourself to your new abilities, and let me know when you are ready to begin. You have learned all Astrologian actions and traits to level 30. Detailed descriptions can be viewed in the Actions and Traits window, accessed under Character in the main menu. Okay, Essential Dignity is...
I think Essential Dignity is your, like, massive insta-heal.
Yeah, it's a quick cast. Instant, 40-second cooldown, potency of 400. Potency increases the lower the target's HP. Not bad.
Yeah, that's like one of those, oh shit, emergency situations.
Yeah. Alright. A special hello to DarkGamer69, who is watching us on Twitch. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the show. Alright. Malefic and I can test on these Kalongs here. And again,
I found out how to do that duty the hard way. Please, 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 healing. Do I have this? No, I do not. Those are mine.
I am going to surely die. You may need to come and raise me.
If you can wait a bit, I have this hallway to go through, and I think maybe one more room, and then the final boss. Maybe it's just this hallway.
I'm holding my own against this lesser Kalong, but I was foolish and decided to go at a level 36 as a level 30.
Why would you do that?
To test out the skill. Alright, I think... Never mind, I think I'm good. He's about to die.
Well, if you die before I get out of the dungeon, then just hold your horses and I'll come res you when I'm done.
Too late, already dead.
Oh my god.
Alright. Let's do this. I see in your eyes that you are ready. Whether that actually makes you ready or not, only time will tell. Time, unfortunately, is something we no longer have in abundance. Let us take to the shadows and find out where these bandits are holding my grandfather. May the stars be our guide. Alright, let's do this.
Sheesh.
Do not let these bandits stand in the way of locating my grandfather.
I said need.
You have drawn the ewer. The scholar will see that the well of magics within you never runs dry.
And I gave that to the wrong person.
This is a card from my grandfather's deck. He is leaving us a trail to follow. Tarl, its power is now your own. There are 6 major arcana. We must find the other cards.
Oh, I guess they're following me. Your star is in dignity with the balance. Okay.
You've drawn the arrow. Allow the navigator to guide our escort's lands true.
Hey, you guys, how about attacking these fuckers?
You have drawn the bow. Beseech the matron to embrace Crimperane, that he may fend off his opponent's blows.
Yeah, if I maybe had a freaking party list, I could do this easily, but nope. The ewer. Your star is in dignity with the ewer. Oh, whoops. Not like he really needs it. Your star is in dignity with the arrow.
You have drawn the spear. The strength of the fury will benefit any and all who face insurmountable odds.
As for what's new, well, I'm doing my level 30 Astrologian quest again. Let's go this way. I think it may be this way. Yep, I was right. The bowl. You have drawn the spire. The destroyer can bless our good guide's lance, granting it the ability to strike deep, if you but will it. Oh, I'm... You would have thought that they would have introduced Benefic Mastery into this, but hey. I'm not the one it screws over. Bowl drawn. God, this is worse than doing a command mission. And doing command missions are pretty fun when you're not a healer. Spear drawn. The spear was... Oh, she never told us about... Oh, strength of the fear. You face insurmountable odds. Yep, there they are. The spear. Your star is in dignity with the spear. Is that all of them? Hold on. Balance your arrow, bowl, spire, spear. Got him. Throw down your weapons, Kerr. You have no choice but to release the professor or meet the same fate as your men. No choice, eh? What if our choice all along was to cross blades, houseboy? Come closer and let us end this. Spire. A void scent! This bandit is more than she appears! Using Arcanima for your own frickin' selfish desires. You gonna run or die, bitch?
I was not told there would be 2 Astrologians. Enough of this.
I am Quimperane, in the employ of Lord Janquinard. I am sent to escort you back to Ishgard. Are you unhurt, my lord? Janquinard, you say? And where is my former student? His constant pestering is one of the reasons I agreed to make the long trip from the old world.
I see none but Quimperane in this adventurer.
I too have seen no other. Just like you didn't see those bandits until their knives were up our arses. But that is of no matter. It was all as the stars had foretold. Yes, I saw this adventurer long before even setting foot on this accursed continent, when the Arcana whispered and told me I would find a worthy successor for my soul crystal.
And having witnessed how he eased into his new role, but mere moments after taking up the crystal, globe, and deck.
Yes, I knew at once my reading was true, and that this adventurer was the Astrologian I had been seeking. But now, let us see if he has the potential for greatness within him. Look to the skies, Tarl, and there you will see 6 stars aglow in pale yellow. This is the bowl. This constellation is thought to be the gate to the first haven, the heaven which holds the world tree, planted by the matron and nurtured by the keeper. The world tree is the source from which all life is to have sprung. The trunk of the world tree, or the bowl, offers protection to the weak, defending them from harm. You have now opened that gate, and its power is yours to command. A solid bowl represents a solid foundation. It is not coincidence that this very constellation is risen to mid-heaven at this very moment, the moment of a new Astrologian's birth. And to think, I saw all of this a moon ago. It seems I am a better reader of the fates than I thought. But I jest. It has been a long journey, with more than its share of unexpected excitement. I am an old man, and one does not need a deck of arcana to see that my weary legs will not carry me much longer. Let us make haste to Ishgard, so that I may give that ungrateful Janquinard a proper upbraiding.
Yes, please beat some sense into him. I would love it if you did. The bowl blazes in the welkin, and giving rise to the first haven. Alright, back to Ishgard. I did not attune to the Athenium Astrologicum beforehand, so I fucked up. Luckily for us, we can go to the broom and... or we can go through the broom. So we'll cut through the broom and make it right to the Athenium Astrologicum and correct this mistake of not attuning. Then again, Carl won't be using frickin' Astrologian much. First we attune. There we go. And now back to the Athenium, where we speak with Janquinard and hope he gets a proper beating. Janquinard. 20-odd summers passed, and still the flippant clod I lost half my hair tutoring. Sending an adventurer to find the man you summoned halfway across Heidelin. Always taking the easy route. And you wonder why you still haven't been able to open a second Heaven's Gate. Allow me to explain, Professor. You see, I was waiting here in case you made it to Ishgard before my manservant and Taro could locate you. Think of the confusion had you arrived here only to find the Athenium empty. Wait, how did you know I haven't opened all the gates?
My grandfather is the greatest astrologian in all of Sharlayan. There is naught he doesn't know unless he doesn't wish to know it. You of all people should know that. Perhaps I was hasty in my decision to remain here and see to your training.
Train me? But what of Professor Mace? Isn't that why he made the journey?
My grandfather has already completed his task. He simply came to Ishgard out of courtesy to an old pupil, one who it appears he wasted decades on.
Wasted? What are you implying, my lady? Ah, my dear Leveva, you still do not see it, do you? Without Janquinard stumbling into my tutelage nearly 2 decades past, he never would have taken this adventurer under his wing and sent him to us in his stead. It was all as the stars had planned. Your soul crystal, Professor! This adventurer has stolen your soul of the Astrologian! Ha 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 ha! Ever the unobservant, John. If this adventurer had stolen my crystal, Leveva would have read up some terrible fate for the lad. No, Tarl is my successor, something I mistakenly thought you might be. But even I cannot see every future, it seems. But do not despair, I have not given up on you completely. Despite your failings, you have tried your best to promote the Sharlayan school of astrology here in this den of fools who fail to see aught and all beyond the Dragon Star. I wish to see you continue that fight, and that is why I bade Leveva to remain here and further your, and this, adventurer's training. I see. This is all rather overwhelming. Might I have some time to consider your words?
No. You either continue your training with me and your protege, or you crawl back into obscurity. I shall give you both several terms of the sun to study the basics of Charlian astrology. It should not be so hard for you, Janquinard, considering you've had more than a 2-decade head start. Once you have committed the basics to memory, then return here. In the meantime, I will be traveling Eorzea, searching for locations where Tarl and you will unlock the remaining heaven's gates.
But you were only recently set upon by bandits. Perhaps traveling alone so soon is unwise.
Don't you think I know that? That is why you will be lending me the services of your able manservant, Quimperine.
I will? I will. Yes, of course, Lady Laveva. Anything for the granddaughter of Charlian's finest professor of astrology. Quimperine, you heard the lady.
Very good. Now, I shall see my grandfather to the airship landing. Ah, but before we depart, let me teach you of the diurnal sect, so that you may learn to wield the power of those stars which are aligned with the sun.
And with that, we've completed the level, this quest. Man, it was long. We've learned the skill Diurnal Sect. The next Astrologian quest will be available from Janquinard upon reaching level 35. The requirements for undertaking subsequent quests can be reviewed in your journal. So, we've learned Diurnal Sect, which, whoops, not that, which, increases healing magic potency by 10% and adds regen to certain actions. Also reduces enemy regeneration. Alright, so we will put that right here. But anyways, when next we return, we will be back with Chris Valentine leveling up Astrologian. Until then, that's it for this episode of Cruznik's Purgatory. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the show. As always, if you're watching this on Twitch or live with PlayStation and you like this show, feel free to hit the follow button below and turn on notifications. If you're watching this on YouTube and you like this video, feel free to hit the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel by clicking here. Click here to watch more by me. Click here to watch the next episode of Path of the Astrologian. Until next time, Cruiser Gex, signing out.